Hello, thanks for clicking on my video. Welcome to my channel, Lovely Moments Creating. If you are new here, consider joining the family by clicking that subscribe button and remembering that notification bell so you will be reminded when I upload a video. My name is Jenny, and on this channel, I create budget-friendly home decor that's easy to do. So if you want to see some of my creations, keep watching. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching another one of my videos. For my first fall DIY, I have two of these welcome signs from the Dollar Tree. And I'm only using two just to make the sign that I'm creating sturdier. I have these cute little buffalo check pumpkins from the Dollar Tree, as well as these little berry picks. I'm also going to use one of these sheets of burlap that I got from Burlap Fabric, and this stencil that says family, along with some of that plaster color chalk paint. The first thing I'm going to do is just remove these strings from these signs, and I'm just using my wire cutters to pull out the staples. Once I get the staples removed from both of the signs, I'm going to take some hot glue to attach these two signs together. And like I say, I'm just using two of the Dollar Tree signs just to make it more sturdier and more straight. So what I'm going to do is just add the hot glue to one, and then I'm going to place the other sign right on top and press it down and make sure that everything connects. Once I have everything straight, I'm going to take my Dollar Tree sanding block just to sand down where those staples are, just to make sure that everything is nice and smooth. And then what I'm going to do is take that plaster color chalk paint, and I'm going to paint over this entire sign. And I am going to paint the front and the back of this sign. I just like to give my signs a finished back as well. And so after I get it painted, I'm only going to go in with one good coat. I did cut some of that fabric down. I cut like a strip of that burlap fabric, because what I want to do is add a strip in the center of this sign. And so I'm just going to line the fabric up how I want it, and then I'll just take some hot glue to attach it. And I'm just going around it adding some hot glue, because I want to make sure that the fabric is nice and smooth on the surface, because I am going to go in with a stencil on top of this, so I want to make sure that everything is nice and smooth. Next, I'm going to place that family stencil right over the burlap, and I'm going to use some painter's tape to keep everything in place. And then I'm going to use one of my little round foam brushes from the Dollar Tree to add the paint over the words. And so what I'm going to do is just get my little foam brush, and I'm going to go in an up and down motion, just trying to make sure that I get everything nice and covered. Once I get that covered, I'm going to let it dry for a bit, and then I'm going to pour the stencil up. And then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to staple some cord to the back of this sign so that I will be able to hang it. And I'm just going to add two staples to each side. So after I cut the cord down, I'm going to flip the sign over so I can add my decor. And what I'm going to do in the top corner and the bottom corner, I'm going to add two of those berry stems, and then I'm going to add one of those pumpkins in the middle. I'm also going to add a bud off of a Dollar Tree sunflower bunch that I have, and I'm going to pull off two buds because I'm going to add those to each set of the berries as well. So after I add my 2 sunflower buds, this DIY is complete, and I really love how this sign came out. It is so pretty and it is so perfect for the fall. And now I'm going to get started on the second fall DIY for today. I'm going to be using one of these soft pillows that I picked up from the Dollar Tree. I have this burlap fabric with the word blessed on it. I pulled this off of a Dollar Tree sign. I'm going to be using this ribbon that I picked up from Hobby Lobby. And what I'm going to do first is cut down just the blessed wording. I'm using my paper cutter because I just want to make sure that I can make the word straight. And then after I get that cut, I am going to fray the edges just a little bit. I'm just going to go around the little piece of fabric and just pulling off the little pieces just to fray the edges some. And then after I get that complete, what I'm going to do is attach the ribbon to the pillow. So I'm just going to wrap it around and I'm going to attach it together using some hot glue. So I'm just going to take some hot glue and add it to the pillow, place it down, and then I'm going to overlap the ribbon on top of the other end and tack it down. And then I'm going to add some glue in a few more spots just to make sure that my ribbon is nice and secure. This was a very simple DIY, but I absolutely love it. Now I'm just going to place the little blessed word right in the center by adding some hot glue. And then I'm going to go around adding some hot glue for extra security. And then after that is done, this DIY is complete. Very simple, very pretty, and it's ready for the fall. I'm going to get started on the third DIY, and what I'm going to be using is one of these large wreath rings from the Dollar Tree. I'm also going to be using some of these berry picks also from the Dollar Tree, along with some more of those little pumpkins and some of these florals, all from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to be using some of this burlap fabric that I picked up from Walmart. I'm going to wrap this entire wreath ring using that burlap ribbon, and I'm just going to hot glue it to tack it down, and then I'm just going to wrap it all the way around until it is covered. Now what I'm going to do is just start adding my berries, and I'm just going to start placing those. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do this the sideway wreath, or you can do it from the bottom. I haven't decided how I'm going to style it. So what I'm doing is just adding the berries on the bottom of the wreath, and then I'm going to go to the top of the wreath. And that way, once I decide if I want it to be a half wreath or the decor at the bottom, if all of this makes sense, then I can still do it either way. So now that I have the berries on the bottom, I'm going to go and start adding the berries at the top of the wreath. And I'm just going to attach them using some hot glue, just like I did the ones at the bottom. Once I have all my berries attached, what I'm going to do is pull all of my buds off of the stems, and I'm going to attach those in between the sets of berries. And I'm just going to go in adding one style first, and then I'll add the sunflowers in the middle. Once I get that complete, I'm just going to go in and add those little buffalo check pumpkins. I think those are so cute. So I am going to flip it this way because I think this is the way I am going to style this wreath. So I'm just going to add the 3 pumpkins to the wreath, and then I'm going to take some of that buffalo check ribbon to create a hanger at the top of the wreath. So I'm just going to add the ribbon. I'm going to fold a piece under the wreath, And then I'm going to flip that under and attach it to the ribbon with some hot glue. And then I'm going to do the same thing to the other side, flip it over from the front and attach it in the back with some hot glue. And I'm just going to make sure I add enough hot glue to make sure that everything is secure. And then after that is done, this wreath is complete, and I think this is so pretty and it just screams of fall. So now I'm going to get started on the fourth DIY for today. I'm going to be using 4 of these wood plaques from Walmart for 98¢. I have a pack of these buffalo check printed leaves, these little wood leaves from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to be using some more of that burlap ribbon, and I have some rope here. I'm going to paint all 4 of those plaques using that plaster color. And what I'm going to do next is wrap in the center of each one of these that burlap ribbon, and I'm just going to hot glue it and add it to the center. I am just going to create 4 simple plaques that you can blend in some other fall decor that you have. These are going to be very simple, but you can style these with some existing fall decor. So I did cut 4 little pieces of that rope, and what I'm going to do is staple that rope to the back of each one of these plaques so that I can have the option to hang them. And after I get that complete, all I have to do is hot glue one of those leaves to the center of each one of these plaques. These were really simple. I think they are so cute, and they can blend in with any decor that you may have up for the fall. And so now I'm going to get started on the 5th DIY for today. I'm going to be using one of these wood rounds that I got out of a 10-pack from Amazon, and I will link that in the description box below. I believe I got these letters from Hobby Lobby or Walmart. I got this ribbon from Hobby Lobby for $1.50, and all of these cute little fall color picks from Michael's for 50¢ on clearance. I'm painting that round wood piece using the plaster color, and then I'm going to spell out the word thankful using those letters. You can use your Cricut or any other letters that you may have. I didn't have these for a while, so I'm just trying to use them up. After I get the word thankful added, I am going to go with this with some Mod Podge to make sure that my letters are nice and secure. And so after that dries, I'm going to start adding in my little picks. And so I'm just pulling them off the stem, and then I'm just going to start hot gluing them down to the bottom of the sign. And so after I get all of my picks hot glued down to the bottom, what I did was I took that buffalo check ribbon and I made a really simple bow. And after I get all of these picks hot glued down, I'm going to attach that bow right to the bottom of this sign in the center of these picks. And then after I hot glue that bow down, this DIY is complete, and I styled it on one of the little plastic black stands that the Dollar Tree sell. I think it came out really cute. It's perfect for the fall, and I absolutely love how it turned out. Thank you all so much again for watching another one of my videos. I absolutely do appreciate all of the support. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already done so, subscribe to my channel because I would love to have you here. In the comment section below, let me know which one of these DIYs were your favorite. Here is a second look of the other DIYs I created today. Until next time, my friends, stay safe so that I can see you in the next video.